Do you want to know how advertisers hypnotise you into buying things? I'll show you the secrets advertisers use and what you can do about it. Stay tuned. Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Mike and I'm really pleased you could join me. Do sign up for the channel. It's completely free and you'll be helping me and you'll be notified of any other videos coming up. Have you ever bought something and then later wondered why you bought it? Or are you trying to lose weight and you just can't stop yourself from eating that calorie-rich, dense food? Even though you know you shouldn't. Do the advertisers hypnotise you into buying the item or eat the food? Does that sound too far-fetched? Well, I'm here to tell you today that no, it isn't far-fetched. And yes, you have been hypnotised. Here I'll show you how the advertisers use the techniques of the hypnotist to make you buy what you don't want or need. Now, I have over 2 decades of sales experience. I'm a qualified hypnotherapist and I can tell you that what I see from advertisers really shocks me. First, I'll show you the exact process used to hypnotise someone and how advertisers apply this to getting you to do what they want. To hypnotise someone, firstly it takes experience and training to gain people's trust. You can't be hypnotised against your will. You can reject the process. However, what if you don't know you're being hypnotised? Before I can explain how advertisers hypnotise you, I first need to tell you the process of becoming hypnotised. The first stage is trust. Trust is of paramount importance. If you don't trust the hypnotist, you'll simply reject them and any of their suggestions. This is why they will use rapport skills to try and gain your trust. Simply put, people like people who are like themselves. And a trained hypnotherapist or hypnotist will spend usually the whole of the first session in the therapy gaining your trust. The next stage is to induce trance. Once a hypnotist has gained your trust, they will go ahead and induce trance. The trance state is where you are most suggestible. This is why they need you to get into this state. Your pre-conscious mind and all its critical faculties are sidelined, so that the hypnotist's suggestions will go straight to your subconscious mind. And there are many types of induction. First, the hypnotist will make sure you're relaxed, and they will ask you to release any tension in your body. The hypnotist will highlight something visual to stimulate your senses. And they'll ask you to close your eyes and imagine seeing the same visual stimuli. It's very hypnotic as it forces your conscious inwards. Again, you're giving your permission to do this. You can also do this with sound. You hear something and then they say, listen to that sound. I wonder what it is. Again, this induces trance. And the next stage is deepeners. After inducing the trance state, the hypnotist will use deepeners. And these are designed to deepen the trance state. You could be asked to imagine going down some stairs or down a lift. You might also be counting down numbers. They might use hypnotic music, brain entrainment devices like binaural beats to induce a deeper trance. The language a hypnotist uses is very important here. They will deepen your trance state further by saying things like, that's right, imagine. They may use hypnotic language. Some of this language is designed to be vague, metaphorical, as opposed to specific. This again deepens the trance state as it sends your conscious inwards. Next is suggestion. Once the hypnotist is confident you're in a state of trance, they're then ready to deliver the therapy, often in the form of suggestion. These are usually commands that your subconscious will obey, because the conscious and pre-conscious critical thinking parts of the mind are totally distracted or sidelined. What does this mean? How do advertisers use these hypnotic techniques? Watch most of the slick adverts and they follow the same formula that the hypnotist uses. Again, stage 1 and 2, trance induction and deepeners. Firstly, you're already relaxed because you sat down watching TV. You reclined on your sofa. You'll watch the stylised version of the product and be asked to imagine owning it and using it. So you go deep inside your mind to imagine yourself in the picture. This is really, really hypnotic, just like the hypnotist does. There is deliberately vague language like, because you're worth it, the one that you want. This nonsense is very ambiguous and very hypnotic. Music is also designed to induce trance and to be an auditory anchor. We spoke about anchors on the previous video. What this means is that you will associate the good feelings induced by the music with the product. Whenever you hear that music again, you'll subconsciously desire the same product. Combine this with rich visual stimuli, beautiful young people, and it is a potently hypnotic vehicle to get you to buy. There are also some other extremely subtle tricks that they'll use, where for instance the camera pans into the image or logo. This has a trance-inducing effect of drawing you in. Marketers and advertisers have become really adept at using brain entrainment techniques. The pace of the editing cuts has a metronome-like effect where the camera cuts and sequence changes at regular intervals. It's the same way that a ticking clock is hypnotic, only this is visual. Then we come to the suggestion part. This is usually traditional upfront marketing where the advertiser sells the benefits of the product. There are also usually a call to action. Buy now while stocks last. And what about trust and rapport? You might notice that although the hypnotist starts with trust, I didn't start with this to explain how advertisers use it. This is because advertisers struggle to find ways to gain your trust and rapport. To remind you again, you cannot be hypnotised or put in trance against your will. You must give your permission to give your self-determining power away. Advertisers therefore try to gain your trust in other ways. The first way is branding. Brands are extremely important to the marketer because of the familiarity and trust that they engender. After all, you invite them into your homes already. The next thing that they'll use is celebrity. Have you ever wondered why a snooker player advertises double glazing? Or a retired newsreader sells life insurance? It's because you trust the celebrity already. Therefore, this trust is transferred to the product and you are more likely to buy. Product placement. This is where the products are used by characters in soap operas and Hollywood films. Be very beware of this. You might think that it's innocent enough, but your subconscious doesn't know this. Bond wears an Amiga. Therefore I need one. But Steve McQueen wears a Rolex. I need both. Now at least with adverts you know you're being sold to. So what can you do about it? The most important key to all this is your awareness. I started by saying that you can't be hypnotised against your will. However, you can be hypnotised hypnotised if you don't realise that you are being hypnotised. So here's a trick. Be very aware whenever you're watching TV, especially soaps and films with product placement. Just mentally wake yourself up from your relaxed state. See the adverts for what they are. Mentally note that this is an advert and say to yourself, I reject this brainwashing. Whenever you watch a film or a soap opera, notice the product placements and just smile to yourself. One final word on the media: TV, radio, podcasts, the internet, social media, even YouTube. The media's business is not to inform you or entertain you. The media's business is to influence you to make buying decisions or vote in a certain way. They use information and entertainment as a conduit to do this, and they will play the long game. Always be aware of this. As ever, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.